Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw. And we are kicking things off with the Maverick, Logan Paul.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 205 pounds, Logan Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Dr. Vinci, and thank you so much for stopping by the channel. If it's your first time, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss another episode. We are 48 hours removed from an amazing King and Queen of the Ring event where we crowned a King and Queen of the Ring for 2024. And they are both represented on SmackDown, Bianca Belair and Gunther with a clean sweep. And Logan Paul here to kick things off on Monday Night Raw tonight. Who will his opponent be? Oh my. It's the GOAT. Future WWE Hall of Famer. Former Mr. Everything.
And his opponent from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, the greatest of all time,
You know, objectively, you could say Logan Paul has had a much faster rise in WWE than John Cena ever did. Still, John Cena, considered the greatest of all time amongst his colleagues, the fans, the people who have come before and after him. John Cena, one of a kind, surely. But Logan Paul, no athlete to shake your head at. Not by any means former United States champion. Logan Paul did that all in a rookie year. His fame transcends professional wrestling as he was a star before he ever stepped foot in the squared circle. They came from two different worlds. But yet, here they are tonight to face each other one-on-one to open up Monday Night Raw. Logan Paul with the boxing background, taking it to John Cena early with the right hands. And remember, he has the surgically repaired hand with a screw in it, which means just one punch. All he needs is one punch to land. And if he hits you right on the sweet spot, it's sure as hell going to be the end of the match. But John Cena has been through it all. Has fought people injured, broken bones, torn biceps, triceps, and he still managed to somehow prove time and time again he is exactly who people say he is. Logan Paul not thinking about any of that right now as he gets a vertical suplex to John Cena. And what will it do for the stock of Logan Paul if he can knock off John Cena here to kick off Monday Night Raw? Body blow right there to John Cena. That can take the wind out of you. John Cena getting up there in miles, if you know what I mean. But Cena still showing the WWE audience, the people watching at home, he is the GOAT for a reason as he gets a 2 count. And Logan Paul swiftly gets that right shoulder up, that left shoulder up. Excuse me. Cena ducks underneath and a big hip toss, taking Logan Paul down. And Cena follows it up with an elbow to the sternum. Logan Paul kips right up. Great athlete is Logan Paul. Got the speed, athleticism advantage. He has the age advantage. Cena must have 20 years at least. John Cena with a big splash. He's trying to prove that that doesn't matter here tonight. Cena trying to get this crowd behind him. And it could be time for the 5-knuckle shuffle. telling Logan Paul, you can't see me, and he connects. Vintage John Cena hooking the leg. 2. Logan Paul kicks out. Only a 2 count. Logan Paul kicks out of the 5-knuckle shuffle. Now creates some separation. Looking to turn things around is Logan Paul. Dumping Cena to the outside. And is going to follow him right out to the ringside area. I'm going to take a second to talk to this crowd. Now stomping away at the hand. Pinning down John Cena's arm with his foot. And getting a big splash. Referee to count of 3. Logan Paul continuing the assault, not worried about the count at this moment. Irish whip, just dumping John Cena near the barricade. Count of 5. Logan Paul may be content with just taking a count out. Cena back to his feet, and Logan Paul, full head of steam. Do you see how far he had to jump to make that connect, and he did it? Logan Paul just showing off the athleticism again here on Monday Night Raw. Perhaps unnecessary, but it still landed. Now both men back into the ring. Cena trying to take advantage. Just look at how he got Logan Paul onto his shoulders. Into the AA, hooks the leg, and that's it. John Cena from out of nowhere gets the attitude adjustment.
Here is your winner, the greatest of all time,
I'm sure Logan Paul did not anticipate this match going this way tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on Monday Night Raw. And here comes Alexa Bliss. We haven't seen her since she was eliminated from the first round of the Queen of the Ring tournament a few weeks ago.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Columbus, Ohio, Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss getting an opportunity to even the score tonight. Takes on Liv Morgan one-on-one. Liv Morgan has had the number of Alexa Bliss over the past couple of times they have squared off in the ring. Prior to the Queen of the Ring tournament, they faced off on SmackDown a few weeks ago. Before the draft.
From Elmwood Park, New Jersey,
Liv Morgan, like I said earlier, just has the number of Alexa Bliss. Alexa hasn't been able to get a victory over the former SmackDown Women's Champion, who's now representing Monday Night Raw. And certainly trying to build a resume as to why she should be the #1 contender for the WWE Women's Championship. By the way, brand new Women's Champion Rhea Ripley, a 2-time WWE Women's Champion. She will be defending that championship at Clash of the Castle against somebody soon. Could it be Liv Morgan? Of course, it could have definitely been Piper Niven had she won the Queen of the Ring tournament this past weekend. But congratulations to Bianca Belair from SmackDown. She was able to get the job done. In the early going, only a 1 count for Liv Morgan. Alexa Bliss, trouble getting out the gate. Morgan now. Springboard. Drop kick to the sternum of Bliss. Two amazing athletes going one-on-one tonight. And Liv Morgan drop toe hold and just walking Alexa Bliss like a balance beam. Got Liv Morgan using the ropes to her advantage. The referee has a discretion to whether or not they want to use a count there. Liv Morgan with a couple of strikes, then follows Alexa Bliss to the outside. DDT at ringside. Skull first off the mat. Referee has begun the count. Counted 2. Liv Morgan went for a double foot stomp. Nobody home. Alexa Bliss can't capitalize. Getting tossed around like a rag doll right out here in front of us. Now Alexa Bliss with a counter. Count of 5. Tosses Liv Morgan near the steps. Back into the ring. Count of 6. Liv Morgan in as well. Kick to the midsection. Liv Morgan not letting Alexa Bliss get a chance to breathe. Springboard into the head scissors. I say springboard. It's really more like a handspring into a head scissor. Handspring off the ropes. Now an Irish whip. Ducks underneath. Alexa Bliss gets hit with another drop toe hold. Again, just walking across the spine of Alexa Bliss. And there's Oblivion. Liv Morgan connects with Oblivion. And this could be over just as quickly as it began. Liv Morgan gets another victory tonight over Alexa Bliss. Liv Morgan gets a huge victory. And Alexa Bliss needs to go back to the drawing board. So what's next for this lady? We are back here on Monday Night Raw. And here comes a man who is looking for his first main roster victory since being called up after WrestleMania. It is Ilya Dragunov. But this boy, I've lost count. He might be 0-5, 0-4. Trying to leave here with a victory tonight.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, Ilya Dragunov.
Ilya Dragunov, former NXT champion. His main roster highlight, or rather lowlight tape, shouldn't be how you review him as an athlete. Go back and watch Ilya Dragunov on NXT. But for some reason, it just hasn't translated over to the main roster. But now that things are shaken up, we have some new talent over on Monday nights. Maybe Ilya Dragunov will find a way to get a victory soon and really start turning his trajectory around, because he wants to be competing for titles. He wants to be in the main event. Here comes his opponent tonight, a man who was recently drafted over from SmackDown, former Mr. Money in the Bank 2 times, former United States champion, Austin Theory. And Theory, a man who's virtually lost it all.
And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, Austin Theory.
A few weeks ago, we saw a team with Grayson Waller in Grayson Waller's debut here on Monday Night Raw. But other than that, he's lost his Money in the Bank briefcase twice. hasn't been able to cash in. Lost his United States Championship. Really, where Austin Theory was supposed to be a year ago versus where he is now, I would understand if Austin Theory absolutely snapped. He was supposed to be competing for a world championship. You put your briefcase on the line and lost the opportunity before you even got a chance to use it against Kevin Owens. You get the opportunity to go back to Money in the Bank. You win the ladder match. You get the briefcase again. You get another opportunity to become world champion anytime, any place. And instead, you let your ego, your immaturity, your youth take advantage of you. And you end up losing that briefcase again to LA Knight, who cashed in. Kevin Owens didn't successfully cash in against Roman Reigns. Kevin Owens lost his opportunity. LA Knight took full advantage the very next night, within 24 hours. But let's not talk about the past. Let's talk about this match here. An important win on the line for both these superstars. Austin Theory, he needs to build his stock back up. Ilya Dragunov needs to build a foundation here on Monday Night Raw. Both men starting off hot, but Dragunov connecting with the strikes to Theory. And Dragunov in the corner with the right hands and the chops. But Theory gonna try to fight back with his own rights and lefts. Misses with that big left there. That could have knocked Dragunov right out had it landed. Theory, big right hand there. Trying to knock Dragunov to the outside, and he does. Theory doesn't want to be on the lower end of the card. He wants to be in the main event. He wants to be fighting where LA Knight is fighting. And LA Knight, we'll find out who he will be fighting at Clash of the Castle tonight in our main event. Drew McIntyre, the runner-up in the King of the Ring, the Raw representative, will be taking on the man he fought in the semifinals, Randy Orton, in a #1 contenders match. Winner goes to Clash of the Castle. Will Randy Orton get a chance to add to his legacy? Or will Drew McIntyre get the opportunity to fight in his hometown, in his homeland of Scotland, and finally win a world championship in front of people? That is what is on the line for Drew McIntyre. Austin Theory, big clothesline to Dragunov, who is in the corner, but Dragunov is showing his fortitude. Working the knee, but Theory trying to not let it affect him. It may cost him. Dragunov, back suplex. Went for a senton, nobody home. Dragunov favoring the back of his head there. Neither man can connect there. Dragunov, collar and elbow, gets the Irish whip. Spinning uppercut. Theory could be knocked out cold. 1, 2, and somehow Theory gets that right shoulder up. But he could be concussed. Fans loving this match. Big power slam there by Dragunov. Dragunov, drop kick, taking down Theory. This fight is on the outside. Couple of knife edge chops, big knee to the face. Dragunov is fired up. And Theory could be in trouble. Dragunov has Theory in trouble. Count of 5. Big hip toss there. Can't afford to be counted out. But continuing to punish Austin Theory on the outside. And Theory now gets the elbows to the midsection of Dragunov. Count at 8. Both men still fighting on the outside. Theory back into the ring. Count at 9. Dragunov is about to get counted out. Gets back into the ring at 9. Saving this matchup for himself. Almost extending that losing streak right there. And now Dragunov teeing away at Theory. Theory trying to fight back but can't get a punch. There's one right there. Big right hand. Dragunov asking for more. Big clothesline by Ilya Dragunov. Ilya. Big forearm to the face. Theory could be out cold. Hooks the leg. 2, 3. Ilya Dragunov gets his first victory on Monday Night Raw against Austin Theory. Ilya Dragunov finally in the win column tonight at the expense of Austin Theory. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Monday Night Raw. And here comes the biggest signee to the industry, and that's MVP's talent firm.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the industry from Colorado Springs, Colorado, weighing in at 273 pounds, the almighty Bobby Lashley!
Well, the almighty Bobby Lashley, since aligning with MVP and being the first superstar to sign with the industry talent agency, that is MVP's talent agency, is a talent scout, a manager, an agent, kind of doing what people were doing for him when he first signed to SmackDown almost 20 years ago. He was a man he's been friends with for a very long time, being the first person to sign under him, and since then, he left the Hurt Business and has been on an upwards trajectory. And now tonight, Bobby Lashley goes one-on-one with the brand new Intercontinental Champion who defeated Sheamus 48 hours ago at the King of the Ring pay-per-view.
And his opponent from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker!
Last year, Braun Breaker spent a lot of time on the main roster between Raw and SmackDown, just kind of in limbo. Not doing much, just showing up when he was asked, and fighting and putting on great matches, but it amounted to nothing. Since this draft, and Braun Breaker has established himself on Raw as the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, he capitalized immediately at King of the Ring and winning his first main roster championship. But tonight he takes on a multi-time champion, former world champion, former WWE champion, former ECW champion. Here we go. Braun Breaker versus Bobby Lashley. Two heavyweights in this matchup. Squaring off, and Braun Breaker, obviously with a lot to prove here in his first championship night on Raw. It's not a title defense or anything like that, but you don't want to go out your first night on Raw as the champion and lose. Even if it's to a competitor like Bobby Lashley, that's nothing to shake your cap at. I just read down a little bit of Bobby Lashley's resume. Very well decorated superstar who's been doing this for, like I said earlier, almost 20 years. But Braun Breaker, not gonna let that affect him. He has wrestling in his DNA. The nephew and son of Hall of Fame tag team, the Steiners. And Braun Breaker, wrestling with Bobby Lashley for a minute. And then just tees away with a big forearm. Braun Breaker now, elbow drop from the top rope, connecting, looking to put Lashley away here. 2 count, and Lashley kicks out as MVP watching on at ringside. Part of me wonders how much is MVP actually watching his opponent and how much is he scouting, looking for new talent. And these guys, and Bobby Lashley gets hit with a big shoulder tackle by Braun Breaker. When these guys agree to work with somebody like MVP, they are essentially agreeing to pay them part of what they're getting paid from their salaries, their contracts, to get them better opportunities. But you see MVP has Bobby Lashley on Raw, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, and Jade Cargill on SmackDown. And you know he's kept his finger on the pulse of NXT because that's when he first got in contact with Carmelo, was on NXT a couple of months ago. So part of me wonders how much does MVP scout as much as he's supporting his clients. MVP got Bobby Lashley a match tonight with the Intercontinental Champion, non-title. A win here for Bobby Lashley could certainly put him right at the top of the Intercontinental Championship contenders picture. But a loss here tonight could certainly put Bobby Lashley at the back of the line, as Lashley doesn't want that to happen. Runs out of the corner, gets a clothesline, sending the champion to the outside, and Lashley lunging over the top rope, taking Braun Breaker down. Shoulder tackle now on the outside. Referee begins this count. Bobby Lashley, the veteran, going for a dominator, perhaps a modified version, dropping Braun Breaker down. Count of 6 on the outside. And what happens if this match ends in a count out as far as ranking and positioning goes? I know WWE Chairman Dox Da Vinci is going to be tallying the record soon and providing a power ranking. And there's a spear by Bobby Lashley to Braun Breaker, who kicks out at 2. Bobby Lashley just split Braun Breaker in half with a big spear, and Braun Breaker kips up. Braun Breaker kips up. Big belly to belly throw into a cover. Intercontinental Champion looking for the victory. And 2.5. Bobby Lashley powers out. Big boot to the face. Stomping away is Braun Breaker on Bobby Lashley. Now from the middle rope. Big splash connects. Braun Breaker doing some mat wrestling on Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley has some MMA experience as well, some Bellator, I believe. Braun Breaker, though, is the Intercontinental Champion for a reason. He beat Sheamus. Sheamus, one of the toughest men WWE has ever seen. And it's not easy to take the gold away from someone like him. But then 48 hours later to go into the ring against Bobby Lashley. No easy task itself. Down come the straps for Braun Breaker, who's now sizing up Bobby Lashley. Maybe wants to return the favor. And a big senton there from Braun Breaker. Right out here in front of the announce table. Braun Breaker sends Bobby Lashley back into the ring. Count of 2, 3. Braun Breaker on the top turnbuckle. Big elbow connects for the victory. Hook in the leg. 2 count. Bobby Lashley kicks out at 2.5. MVP breathing a sigh of relief as his client almost lost the Intercontinental Champion. Bobby Lashley, big clothesline. Looking to turn things around. Bobby Lashley powerbomb to Braun Breaker. Now dragging the carcass of Braun Breaker into the center of the ring. Breaker trying to get back to his feet. Running drop kick. Going low is Bobby Lashley. Off the ropes goes Breaker. Power slam there from Lashley. Connecting. What a fast-paced matchup for these two heavyweights here on Monday Night Raw. Bobby Lashley now power slam again to Braun Breaker. Looking to put this match away. Only a 1 count. Braun Breaker showing resiliency tonight. The heart of the Intercontinental Champion on display. Bobby Lashley returning the mat wrestling favor to Braun Breaker. These guys really fare well against each other. Bobby Lashley just tossing Breaker. Now the youth of Breaker might be what cost him in this match as Lashley gets a second spear. And that's it. Bobby Lashley gets the victory tonight over the Intercontinental Champion.
Here is your winner, Bobby Lashley.
Braun Breaker fought well. He gave it all he had, but the Almighty tonight proving why he is moving up the ranks here on Monday Night Raw. We are back here on Monday Night Raw, and it is time for a tag team match. And I always get the chills whenever the Wyatt family makes their way to the ring. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is a cult. The people who follow Bray Wyatt are part of a cult that is designed to bring Bray Wyatt championships. That's what I'm convinced. He tries to speak this nonsense that he's doing this for some greater reason or some.
The following contest is a tag match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, accompanied by Uncle Howdy, at a combined weight of 634 pounds, the team of Joe Gacy and Braun Strowman.
And this is what I don't understand. I don't know who Uncle Howdy is. I don't know if he's real. I don't know if he's a mythical. I haven't been close enough to tell, right? He could be a zombie for all I know, right? So let's not talk about Uncle Howdy. So Braun Strowman is a former Universal Champion, former Intercontinental Champion, former Tag Team Champion, and he did that all on his own. I don't understand what his allegiance to Bray Wyatt is, other than that he made his debut next to him. Joe Gacy was making a name for himself on NXT before he linked up with Bray Wyatt. I just don't understand why they feel the need to indulge in this fantasy land that Bray Wyatt lives in. Now, if it comes to find out Bray Wyatt has these magic powers and he's possessing these people beyond their control, then I take back what I said. Right? You can't fight back against magic. But if you're the LWO tonight, you're gonna try. If that's the case, if you're these two, you gotta try to fight magic.
Accompanied by Zelina Vega, at a combined weight of 365 pounds, Rey Mysterio and Ricochet.
Well, I'm happy to say that Rey Mysterio has his group back. When Santos Escobar kicked Rey Mysterio out of the LWO, I was upset. You can hear me on commentary a few weeks back saying that, right? But the situation's been rectified. Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wild have abandoned Santos Escobar. We haven't heard from them in weeks. Zelina Vega over here on Raw with Rey Mysterio and Ricochet, the new LWO. Rey Mysterio took that Brandon back. And I'm happy for him. Rey Mysterio, a legend, a Hall of Famer. And he deserves the respect of everybody in the WWE. And Braun Strowman versus Ricochet to start things off. Not a favorable matchup for anybody in the LWO tonight. As Braun Strowman, the man who wears the black sheep mask, just launching Ricochet. Ricochet, you know, for all intents and purposes, the greatest an athlete he is, the greatest superstar he's a cruiserweight. Braun Strowman is what we would call a super heavyweight. There's if we're breaking down in terms of division, Ricochet's a cruiserweight. Braun is not a heavyweight, he's a super heavyweight. He is not only heavier than the average heavyweight, he is much taller. That's why he calls himself the monster among men. And maybe that's why Bray Wyatt has targeted Braun Strowman as somebody to follow him in his cult. Like I said, it's a cult. The Wyatt family is a cult. And you can't convince me otherwise. But they are all great wrestlers. Braun Strowman trying to put this matchup away early. But Ricochet showing a lot of heart. How long can you fight back against a man that's damn near 7 feet tall and 350 pounds? You have a better chance against someone like Joe Gacy, who gets a back suplex on Ricochet to connect and gets stopped in his tracks with whatever he was going for there. Big bicycle kick from Ricochet. Ricochet, head scissors there. A lot of people might be wondering, why is Ricochet in the LWO? Besides the fact that he's friends with Rey Mysterio, he's helped Rey Mysterio in his feud with the LWO when he was kicked out. As Joe Gacy hangs Ricochet up in the corner. Ricochet also spent some time wrestling in the promotion Lucha Underground as Prince Puma. So, meanwhile, the Hall of Famer in the ring now going against Joe Gacy. This is a dream opportunity for Gacy. You get to wrestle a Hall of Famer here tonight. However, it might not bode well for you. Shoulder tackle takes down Gacy. Now Rey Mysterio, the biggest little man in the WWE, gets a sunset flip off the apron, taking down Braun Strowman. Runs right past Ricochet. Maybe I'll ask Rey Mysterio later if he's a human being or not. Joe Gacy tried to go high risk. Doesn't pay off. And Rey Mysterio, we've seen that before, sliding into a splash on the outside. Count of one. Gacy back into the ring. Mysterio still fighting with Braun Strowman. Hurricanrana. Rey Mysterio making Braun Strowman look like a cruiserweight. And Ricochet gets taken down by Joe Gacy. Both these guys are not fighting the legal man here. Count of four on the outside, and Rey Mysterio's in the worst position, because if he gets counted out on the outside before Ricochet gets counted out for being in the ring and not being a legal man, then the LWO loses. Big flapjack there from Rey Mysterio to Joe Gacy. Hooks the leg. 2 count only as Joe Gacy kicks out. This crowd is on its feet tonight for this match. And the winners of this match could certainly put themselves in a prime position to become the #1 contenders for the World Tag Team Championships. The Tag Team Champions, of course, Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. Rey Mysterio's had his issues with them over the past few years. DDT to Bray Wyatt, and Mysterio gonna dial it up here. Braun Strowman cuts Mysterio off. He was gonna go for the 619 to Joe Gacy, but Braun Strowman, the legal man, cutting Mysterio off. Snapmare from Mysterio. Not gonna let momentum stop him. Shoulder to Joe Gacy, a sunset flip to Gacy, but Braun Strowman waiting on the outside. Mysterio too quick, too agile, even at a man his age, able to outpace Braun Strowman here tonight. Counted 2 on the outside. Ricochet anxiously waiting on the apron. I'm sure he wants to get involved in this situation. Neck breaker from Mysterio to Strowman. I'm going to be honest, I don't even remember who the legal man is in this match. I believe it's Strowman and Mysterio. Count to 6, Mysterio. 7, Mysterio. Back into the ring. Count to 8. Rey Mysterio breaks the count up. I don't know if that was the wisest decision there, but maybe Rey Mysterio wants to win this match the honorable way. And back into the ring goes Mysterio, but he could have very well just had a count-out victory there. I'm not going to lie to you. Strowman back into the ring, and this could be a mistake. Launching Mysterio into the air. Mysterio might have made a mistake that Braun Strowman's going to be able to capitalize on here. Getting the tag into Joe Gacy. And Joe Gacy with the elbows to the midsection of Mysterio. Rey Mysterio in trouble now. Counter. Able to escape harm's way. Chop block to the knee of Gacy. Bulldog. Springboard Bulldog from Mysterio to Gacy. Hooking the leg. 1, 2, no. 1 count, says the referee. Joe Gacy might be the freshest man out of everybody in this match. Ricochet gets the tag. And Ricochet and Gacy. Gacy's not where you want to be. Tried to go for the boots. Counter from Ricochet. Kick straight to the face. And Ricochet trying to get this crowd behind him. Back into the ring. Collar and elbow. Irish whip into the corner. Ricochet. Working the arm of Joe Gacy. What a Monday Night Raw it's been so far. And this match has been incredible as well. Ricochet getting Gacy up into the corner. Looking to put this match away perhaps. Thinking about going high risk. Gacy in trouble. Ricochet from the top rope. A Spanish fly connects. Ricochet with the Spanish fly. Tag to Rey Mysterio here on Monday Night Raw. Gacy in trouble. Stirring. Now back to his feet. Off the ropes goes Gacy. Blocks a drop kick. Goes for a springboard cross body. It connects. Mysterio gets taken off his feet. Gacy misses with a right hand. Mysterio gonna dial it up again. This time Strowman's not in the ring to cause interference. But Joe Gacy catches the feet of Mysterio and blocks the 619. What a counter. What great awareness by Joe Gacy. Mysterio catches Gacy with the feet. Caught him off guard right there and catches the head scissors. Now Mysterio from the top rope. Gacy back to his feet. Hurricanrana, West Coast pop. 1, 2, 3. No! Joe Gacy kicks out of the West Coast pop. A move made famous by Mysterio in WCW. Springboard moonsault. 2 count. Braun Strowman breaks it up at the 2 3/4 mark, but maybe Gacy kicked out anyway, but Strowman there for insurance. What a match this is. Strowman just shoves Mysterio from the apron. Full head of steam Mysterio with a shoulder tackle. Tag to Ricochet. What a fast-paced matchup this is. Ricochet kick to the midsection. Code breaker to Gacy. Hooks the leg. For the victory. 2, 3. Ricochet gets the victory tonight here on Monday Night Raw for the LWO. If I'm the Judgment Day, I'm going back and watching the game tape because these could very well be the next #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Monday Night Raw. And here comes the Brawling Brute set for tag team action. was just 48 hours ago where the leader of the Brawling Brutes lost the Intercontinental Championship at King of the Ring.
He's a tag match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 458 pounds, Butch and Ridge Holland, the Brawling Brutes.
Well, Ridge Holland and Butch, the Brawling Brutes, looking to get a huge victory tonight and change the trajectory of the Brawling Brutes as a group. And we are currently looking to figure out who is the next #1 contenders for the World Tag Team Championships to face the Judgment Day. And here comes a team that debuted a few weeks ago here on Monday Night Raw from NXT.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 357 pounds, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson, Pretty Deadly.
Pretty Deadly. Looking to continue to build momentum here on Monday Night Raw. The newest edition of the tag team division. So here we go. This match is about to get underway. Ridge Holland starting things off with Elton Prince. And here we go. Match is started. Ridge Holland starting with the strikes. A right and a left and a knee. Takes Prince off his feet. Now Prince looking to fight back with the strikes. Doesn't do much. Ridge Holland, the biggest man in this matchup. A T-bone suplex there. And a big kick to the face. And the crowd telling Ridge Holland to watch Elton Prince's face. Alabama slam there from Holland. And a tag to Butch. Butch now turns his attention to Kit Wilson. Drop kick takes him down. Pretty Deadly. Again, trying to make a name for themselves here on the main roster. Former NXT Tag Team Champion, former NXT UK Tag Team Champions. And Butch in trouble right now. Was in trouble. Able to get a kick to the head. Goes for a cover. 1 count. And only a 1 count. Prince wrenching the arm there of Butch. Butch face first off the top turnbuckle. Tag into Kit Wilson. Double gutbuster. Tag team maneuver there from Pretty Deadly. Taking it to Butch. Now Wilson. Now don't let their looks deceive you. These guys are tough as hell. And they are taking it to the Brawling Brutes right now in this match. Back elbow from Kit Wilson. Butch in trouble again. Big power slam from Wilson. Kicks to the side of the head. Butch face first into that turnbuckle. Tag into Prince. Another double team maneuver coming. Double elbow. Double reverse elbow from Pretty Deadly to Butch. Now Elton, Prince back into the ring. The legal man. Vertical suplex. Takes Butch overhead. And Butch rolls to the outside. Prince to the top for a second and changes his mind. Turns his attention to Ridge Holland, who blocks the drop kick. Gets into the ring, gets into the mix with Prince. Wilson tosses Butch back into the ring. Uppercut to the back of the head of Holland. Now Butch in trouble now. Is Pretty Deadly. Showing great tag team awareness here. Dropping down, leapfrog from Wilson. Strike blocked by Butch. Butch perhaps went for a belly to belly. Gets countered by Wilson, who's going for a powerbomb perhaps. Countered by Butch. Back and forth this match is going now.
Tag is good.
They tagged to Ridge Holland. Wilson getting launched by Ridge Holland. And a double leg takedown by Prince. Trying to stay in this match. Holland now face first into the top turnbuckle. Tag into Wilson. Could be going for the gut buster again. Connecting into a cover now, hooking the leg. 0 count. 0 count for Ridge Holland, who now is looking to shift momentum. Now Ridge going for the camel clutch. No, forearms across the face of Kit Wilson. And now what's Wilson gonna do? It's in the Brawling Brute's corner. Ridge Holland has Wilson in the trio. Whoa. Those knees landing on the hip muscles, which will mess up your legs, mess up your running ability. Ridge Holland now gonna swing Wilson. Wilson goes for a ride. Ridge Holland now again back to the swing. Gonna try to make Wilson dizzy. Tagging to Butch. Brawling Brutes now in control. Bicycle kick from Butch on the money. Connecting to Kit Wilson. Knee lift. Wilson back to his feet, but to no avail. Off the top turnbuckle. Elbow connecting. Trying to fight out of the Brawling Brute's corner. Gets a jawbreaker to Butch. Drop kick takes down Ridge Holland. Butch in trouble. Wilson trying to fight back. Wilson gets a suplex. Tag made to Prince. Can this be the opportunity that Pretty Deadly needs to get the victory? Elbow connects. Ridge Holland back to the apron. Off the ropes now. Butch sent flying over the top rope with a big boot by Prince. I don't know if that was a tag or not. Yeah, it was a tag. Kit Wilson takes down Ridge Holland with a shoulder. Elton Prince might be trying to fool Butch into thinking he's the legal man. Tosses him back into the ring. Wilson takes down Prince. Prince goes to the outside. Butch might realize the situation. He might not. He still has his attention turned to Prince. And now Wilson in the ring, spinning uppercut. What a strategy by Pretty Deadly. And Butch looking to get a tag. Tag made to Ridge Holland. Kit Wilson took too long gloating. A chop block there. Ridge Holland drives Wilson to the mat. Prince saves the matchup for Pretty Deadly. Now Ridge Holland looking to stay on top in this match. Off the ropes. No, into the corner. Tag to Butch. Kick to the midsection. Only one of these teams can walk away victorious here tonight on Monday Night Raw. And both of these teams making a case as to why they should be the #1 contenders for the World Tag Team Championships. Ridge Holland driving the leg into the throat of Kit Wilson. What's it gonna take to get a victory here tonight? Ridge Holland goes to the outside for a second. Tag made to Prince. Holland went for a shoulder, nobody there, but gets an uppercut. Counter by Prince. Off the ropes, big leg drop. Into a cover, hooks the leg. Only a 1 count. Ridge Holland able to power out with ease. So now stomping away, going back to the leg drop. Tag to Wilson. Trying to keep each other fresh. Holland sent for a ride. Ducks underneath, back elbow from Kit Wilson. Code breaker from Kit Wilson. Into a cover. Butch breaks up the count before a count can even start. Ridge Holland rolls to the outside. Kit Wilson now turns his attention to Butch. Big right hand. Butch fighting back. Wilson hanging up Butch on the top rope. And a spear. Wilson gets a spear to Ridge Holland. Hooks the leg. 2, 3. And that's it. Pretty Deadly get the victory tonight here on Monday Night Raw.
Here are your winners, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. Pretty Deadly!
Pretty Deadly continuing to build their resume and their momentum as they get a huge victory over the Brawling Brutes tonight here on Monday Night Raw. Judgment Day. Beware of the next up-and-coming tag team here on Monday nights. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event here on Monday Night Raw. We're going to determine who's going to clash at the castle to face L.A. Knight for the World Heavyweight Championship. This man was the Raw representative for the King of the Ring that came up just a little bit short in a tremendous showing versus the Ring General, Gunther, who will be taking on Cody Rhodes again for the 3rd time. First time on SmackDown for the WWE Championship. So we're here to figure out the Raw side of things. As in just under 3 weeks.
It's scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Ayr, Scotland. Weighing in at 254 pounds. The Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre!
For just under 3 weeks, as I was saying, we will be in this man's homeland of Scotland. Live for Clash at the Castle. And Drew McIntyre has an opportunity tonight to go to that event as the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship if he can defeat the man he defeated just last week here on Monday Night Raw, Randy Orton. Randy Orton looking for a bit of redemption here tonight can rectify the loss from last week and become the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship in the process.
From St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 275 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton!
Randy Orton, a 14-time world champion, would love to add to his resume as he creeps into the most World Heavyweight Championships of all time conversation. You know, Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair, John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H. Who's won more championships than them? World championships, I should say. Randy Orton, without a doubt, he's got to go into the Hall of Fame. Jerry the King Lawler used to say it on commentary all the time. If you built a wrestler from the ground up, if you were to create a superstar in a WWE video game, it would look like Randy Orton. And by God, he might be right. I mean, he's gone by many names. The Legend Killer, the Apex Predator, the Viper. With an opportunity to become the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship again in his illustrious career tonight. Overhead suplex to Drew McIntyre. McIntyre gets scoop slammed, in trouble in the early going as Randy Orton doesn't want to let lightning strike twice here on Monday Night Raw. Drew McIntyre, 48 hours ago, was in a grueling match with the Ring General. Randy Orton has had a full week to rest. How much will that play a factor into this match? As you see in the early going, Randy Orton is in the driver's seat, stomping away at Drew McIntyre's arm and hand area while pinning it down with his foot. Again, Randy Orton going back to it, trying to damage McIntyre's limbs early on in this match. And Orton, big suplex there to McIntyre, now teeing away. An opportunity to fight for the World Heavyweight Championship against LA Knight at Clash in the Castle in the balance. Randy Orton trying to weaken and wound Drew McIntyre. Randy Orton did a lot of tag team wrestling over the past couple of years with Matt Riddle and Edge, RK Bro, rated RKO. But Randy Orton now with an opportunity to maybe end his career on a great solo run. Not that his career is any close to being over, but when you talk about those superstars with miles on the meter, I mentioned that earlier, John Cena, another one of those guys who's been at this for 2 decades, still in incredible shape, still showing they belong, and could be competing at the top level. And that's what Orton's doing here tonight against McIntyre, who's trying to fight back into this thing, hanging Orton up on the top rope. And this could be the opportunity McIntyre needed to get back into this matchup as he's working the limbs of Orton here. And now gonna powerbomb the big man. Rolling to the outside is Orton, but that's not a safe place if you've seen a McIntyre match before. He goes high risk over the top rope, and it connects with Randy Orton. Suddenly, momentum in this match is shifted, and now McIntyre in control. If only for a moment, Randy Orton creates some separation, now trying to get a breather back in the ring. Count of 4, McIntyre back in the ring as well, and gets a big leaping neck breaker. No, it was countered by Randy Orton. I missed the counter there. I thought McIntyre connected, or maybe he missed. Bad angle on my end of the situation. And now McIntyre in control. Back elbow takes Orton down into a cover for the #1 contender. And out of this part of the match, Randy Orton kicks out at 2, and McIntyre connecting there. Kick to the midsection. Future Shock DDT. Randy Orton down, center of the ring. Hook in the leg is McIntyre to go to the Clash of the Castle. And Randy Orton kicks out. Randy Orton kicks out. This match continues. And what does Drew McIntyre have to do? He's been given another opportunity after not winning the King of the Ring to try to win the World Heavyweight Championship or become #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. But he can't put Randy Orton away. Randy Orton now with a Fez press. Right hand straight to the face of Drew McIntyre. Orton now back in this match. Face first, off the turnbuckle goes McIntyre, who gets a knee and a counter. Now McIntyre with Orton in the corner. Sends Orton face first. Orton gets an elbow. Orton going for a submission here. Has Drew McIntyre in trouble for a second. McIntyre uses the legs to get out, collar and elbow tie-up. Neck breaker by McIntyre, connecting this time. Orton rolls out again. And McIntyre building a head of steam again. Front flipping over the top rope, taking down Orton. And that one was even more impressive. There was less room for error there. But right on the button, Drew McIntyre connecting again. McIntyre trying to show this audience here tonight on Monday Night Raw that he wants to be the World Heavyweight Champion. He wants to go to his homeland in Scotland at Clash of the Castle and fight for the title. Count is 6. McIntyre working Orton on the outside. Dumping Orton towards the ramp area. Count at 8. McIntyre back into the ring. Orton is down. Count at 9. And a count at 10. Orton can't make it back into the ring. And Drew McIntyre Drew McIntyre is going to Clash at the Castle. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.